Coming up, President Trump's memorandum freezing federal funding now rescinded. Plus, reporter Perla Cortez digs deep into Trump's executive orders on immigration. A special report in minutes. And a look at the team that's keeping UTRGV student athletes on their feet. KVAQ-TV starts now.
Hello vaqueros, Merry Monday. I'm Juan Carlos Marquez, and this is the third spring edition of KVAQ-TV. Today is Monday, February 3rd, and now to our top story. In national news, President Donald Trump's attempt to freeze all federal funding was blocked and then rescinded. Reporter Victor Ortega with more on the story.
The president's office issued a memo to the Office of Management and Budget that called for a federal fund freeze a day after it was blocked by a federal judge. This comes as one of the many measures Donald Trump's administration is taking to address what it calls the advance of Marxist equity, transgenderism, and Green New Deal social engineering policies. KVAQ-TV spoke with UTRGV political science professor Clyde Barrow to learn more about this plan.
But basically what this OMB directive does is it instructs every agency in the federal government to freeze spending on any types of direct grants to individuals that in any way involve so-called DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion programs.
The Office of Management and Budget Directive, issued on January 27, seeks to review federal assistance programs to identify policies that align with recent executive orders signed by the president. The freeze would not have affected financial assistance on individuals such as Social Security and food stamps. How the freeze would have affected federal financial assistance provided to individuals through an intermediary, such as a university or a nonprofit organization, was not detailed in the document. U.S. District Judge Lauren L. Alican blocked the policy last Tuesday before it took effect.
Federal court in Washington overturned that OMB directive, at least temporarily, really to give people time to sort through exactly what this directive means or to decide if it's even constitutional.
The National Science Foundation instructed a halt on spending for research grant recipients last Wednesday while the details of the policy were being assessed.
I saw today there was a directive that came out from the university instructing grant recipients to freeze their spending until they can review what's going on in that area.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated via X that the rescission was not on the federal fund freeze, but rather the OMB memo. Trump's executive orders on federal funding remain in full effect. For KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Victor Ortega.
President Donald Trump issued several executive orders shortly after being sworn into office to address immigration. Perla Cortez with a special report.
A federal judge temporarily blocked President Donald Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship until Thursday. Several states filed the injunction that blocked Trump's executive order, citing a violation of the 14th Amendment, which states anyone born or naturalized in the U.S. will automatically be citizens in the state they reside in.
The court will eventually have a hearing on which both sides will present arguments, and in that court will issue a final determination on whether or not it's constitutional. You can anticipate, a flurry of court filings to happen within that time period.
Several states filed the injunction that blocked Trump's executive order, citing a violation of the 14th Amendment, which states anyone born or naturalized in the U.S. will automatically be citizens in the state they reside in. The January 20th executive order states the 14th Amendment has never been interpreted to extend a universally citizenship status to everyone born in the U.S. However, the injunction also argues the order will harm immigrants and subject them to the risk of deportation that will cause family separations. The injunction claims immigrants would be deprived of their right to become a citizen or be denied medical care. Although the president signed the order, the process of attempting to pass it into law may be difficult. UTRGV political science assistant professor Alvaro Corral explains if the case reaches the U.S. Supreme Court, it will need to agree with Trump's reinterpretation of the 14th Amendment to make this executive order legal.
What they're arguing is that the jurisdiction thereof clause signifies that because, under their understanding and argument, because undocumented persons or persons who are actually not even just who are here legally but are not legal permanent residents, if they have a child, that child is not to be automatically given U.S. citizenship.
A
A hearing has been set for Thursday where both sides will present their arguments. Another executive order signed by Trump was the approval for mass deportation across the country. However, this action will be different. The approach will mostly be led by expedited removal.
Expedited removal is the act of deporting an undocumented individual on the spot who has not been in the U.S. for more than 2 years without a trial. In 1996, expedited removal was added to the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act, but only affected those who were near the border by 100 miles. The executive order signed on January 20th modified the law and now will apply to any immigrant residing in the country. If ICE stops an individual who has not been in the U.S. for more than 2 years and they fail to provide proof of citizenship, the individual will be subjected to deportation without trial. The immigration attorney advises individuals to be prepared with proof of residence dating back 2 years. He explains the type of documents to carry.
It's difficult for me to say, carry a folder with you like this everywhere you go. But, we are living in unprecedented times, so to speak. It would be wise for somebody to have, something to carry around on their person. Maybe they have small copies of the birth certificates, but there needs to be proof. And I'm advising my clients, right, to create a little short, package showing ties to the U.S., length of time in the U.S., employment history, ties to the community, anything that you can show that you've been here is advisable.
Political science assistant professor Perla Cortez says the assistant agencies will also question the citizenship status of those near their target operations.
However, in the process of those, quote, targeted operations, there are people that could be in the vicinity of these operations who are not technically being targeted. If ICE pulls over one person on their way to work because they have an administrative or judicial warrant with one specific person's name, well, while they're there, they may very well question other persons in the vehicle, other persons at the house, other persons in the public area.
Although help through immigrant attorneys is available, there are nonprofit organizations that provide information on what rights undocumented individuals have in case of an ICE confrontation. Member of the Angry Tias and Abuelas organization, Joyce Hamilton, says they used to raise funds for 3 shelters in Reynosa, but now they have become an advocacy group for migrants stuck waiting for asylum.
The organization also released a statement to KVAQ-TV stating the members are concerned for the community of immigrants and will do their best to provide information on their social media page to voice the rights of undocumented people.
It's always been our goal to, as much as possible, to stay very focused on those people who are going through the system. But we also understand the situation that some families find themselves in when they have no hope of an asylum court date and are, literally stuck in Mexico and can't get any further. And in some cases have been deported and cannot go anywhere else and are in danger in northern Mexico. We do what we can to advocate for providing safety for them.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott also directed state agencies last Wednesday to assist the Trump administration in its border and homeland security operations. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Perla Cortez.
Here at UTRGV, last week, UTRGV's International Student Services celebrated its Lunar New Year, known as the Year of the Snake, on the Brownsville and Edinburgh campus last week.
The event was held from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Brownsville campus El Gon Salon on Wednesday and at the same time at the Edinburgh campus ballroom on Thursday. Students attending the event were able to partake in a variety of activities, including writing down and placing wishes on a wishing tree, painting, and getting a fan sign in Korean with a word of the student's choice. The event also had live music and served various foods, including egg rolls, rice, and noodles.
Are you looking to burn a few calories this weekend? University Recreation will host its annual Die Hard Orange 5K this Saturday, where attendees can celebrate UTRGV spirit, tradition, and wellness. The race begins at 8 a.m. with registration hours from 7 to 7:30 a.m. The starting location will be at UTRGV Harlingen Clinical Education Building. Visit utrgv.edu for more information. Keeping athletes in top-tier shape and at peak performance is a year-round job. Desiree Villanueva met with the UTRGV sports medicine team and the athletic training program. Take a look at the story.
From intense training sessions to game day performances, UTRGV athletes put their bodies through rigorous demands. But when injuries strike, the sports medicine team is there to help. The UTRGV Athletic Training Department is always on season. The team consists of athletic trainers, physical therapists, and medical professionals who work closely with student athletes by providing treatments that include strength conditioning and rehabilitation programs tailored to each individual. Associate Athletic Director for Sports Medicine Stephen Krause speaks about the heart of UTRGV sports medicine.
Sports medicine is kind of an umbrella term for medical providers for athletes. In our case, at this level, and specifically for our university and at the collegiate level. Luckily, we have a great team, a great support staff of other services as well as coaches that we can kind of face a lot of any challenge that arises with a team approach and try to get a result as soon as possible.
UTRGV Sports Medicine travels with student athletes during the seasons. The team also works during the off seasons. Sophomore guard J.J. Howard says the team provides a lot of help. Howard adds he wouldn't be able to work hard day to day without the support of the medical team.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we go there every day and night, just to make sure our bodies are healthy. So we're always seeing Steve, making sure we're staying healthy. I mean, he noticed us limping. He notices just the slide of step that we have. He just always is watching. So I feel like he communicates with us if he notices anything, and obviously we have the kind of trust that we'll tell him if we feel anything.
In addition to treatment, the sports medicine team educates athletes on injury prevention, hydration, and proper nutrition, key factors in maintaining peak performance.
It's helped me, I can twist my ankle and I'm back within days instead of, sometimes it can be weeks. And just the recovery, after hours, it just always helping me, get right and stay in as best shape as I can. They're always, like I said, they're one call away, and I'm thankful for them. And, I can't wish them and thank them enough for everything they've done.
As UTRGV continues to grow its athletics programs, the sports medicine team will continue to be a vital process of its success, making sure that every student athlete is healthy, prepared, and performing their best. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Desiree Villanueva.
Thank you for joining us, Vaqueros. Watch us on VCAST monitors and on social media. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Juan Carlos Marquez. V's up.